What if the zombie apocalypse wasn't all guts, gore, and grim survival? What if, instead of terrifying moans and decaying flesh, we were faced with an army of the undead that was, well, kind of cute? Stick with me here. Imagine a world where the end of civilization is just a little bit cuddly. Let's set the scene. The outbreak doesn't start with a mysterious, scary virus from a secret lab. No, it begins at the world's largest teddy bear factory. A mishap involving a vat of super fluffy stuffing, a pinch of eternal huggability chemical, and a conveniently timed lightning strike animates the first wave of our adorable horde. These aren't your typical zombies. They're plushy zombies. Instead of a shambling walk, they waddle. Their arms are outstretched, not to grab and bite, but for a relentless, unstoppable hug. Their growl is more of a soft, squeaky grr hug. Imagine looking out your window, expecting to see monsters, and instead you see a sea of fluffy, button-eyed teddy bears, bunnies, and kittens slowly waddling down the street. It's less Night of the Living Dead and more Parade of the Cuddly Undead. So, how do you survive in this world? The usual rules don't apply. Barricading your doors with heavy furniture. Useless. These plushy zombies can squeeze under doors and through cat flaps. They're surprisingly squishy, a headshot with a shotgun. All you'd get is a puff of synthetic cotton and maybe a button eye flying off. They just fluff themselves back up and keep waddling towards you. The real danger isn't being eaten. It's being hugged into submission. Once they get their fuzzy little arms around you, they don't let go. You're trapped in an eternal, slightly musty-smelling embrace. Victims are found days later, immobilized in a pile of plushes, covered in lint, and muttering about the overwhelming softness. The official cause of demise. Terminal snuggling. Our hero in this story isn't a grizzled ex-soldier. It's probably someone like Brenda, an allergy-prone librarian who's terrified of dust mites. Her weapon of choice. Not a machete, but a high-powered vacuum cleaner with a HEPA filter. She becomes a legend. The lint licker, known for her ability to suck the stuffing right out of a plushy zombie from 20 paces, leaving behind a sad, empty fabric shell. Other survivors find their own unique methods. A group of savvy teenagers discovers that the plushy zombies are attracted to the sound of jangling keys, like giant fluffy cats. They lead hordes away from settlements using nothing but their house keys on a carabiner. Another group, former baristas, realizes that a direct spray of hot espresso makes the plush's fabric stiff and brittle, immobilizing them long enough to make a getaway. The most valuable resource in this new world isn't ammo or canned food. It's fabric softener, stain remover, and a good washing machine. The infected also have different levels. You've got your standard waddlers, the basic teddy bear foot soldiers. Then there are the bouncers, those big, round, squishy animal pillows that bounce menacingly towards you. The most feared are the stitchers. These are the crafty zombies made from sewing kits and pincushions. They don't hug you, they try to patch you, adding buttons for eyes and yarn for hair. It's a creepy, crafty kind of assimilation. Instead of fortified compounds, survivor settlements look more like high-end laundry rooms. Walls are lined with dryers set to high heat, creating a hot zone that the plushes can't cross without shrinking. Sentries stand guard with giant lint rollers and bottles of detergent. The economy is based on trading batteries for vacuums, spare filters, and the rarest commodity of all, lavender-scented dryer sheets, which seem to repel the smaller kitten-sized plant. And what about the soundscape of this apocalypse? Forget chilling silence punctuated by screams. The world is filled with the gentle squeak of plushy voice boxes, the soft thud of fluffy feet on pavement, and the constant distant hum of vacuum cleaners. It's more weirdly domestic than terrifying. A supply run isn't a tense trek through monster-filled streets. It's a stealth mission to the abandoned home goods store, hoping to find a new attachment for your vacuum or a fresh box of color-safe bleach. The psychological toll is different. Survivors don't suffer from the trauma of seeing loved ones torn apart. Instead, they have nightmares about being tickled relentlessly by a 5-foot-tall stuffed caterpillar. They develop phobias of soft textures and the smell of cotton candy, which, for some reason, the plushes faintly exude. Support groups form, where people share their stories. It got my cousin, one might say. He was cornered in the bedding aisle. They fluffed him. The ultimate goal isn't to find a cure, but to find the unstitcher, a mythical sewing machine rumored to be able to reverse the process. Legends say it's located back at the original teddy bear factory, guarded by the King Fluff, a gargantuan 20-foot-tall patchwork bear made from all the prototypes that were deemed too huggable for mass production. His roar is a deafening squeak that can shatter glass, and his hugs are said to have the force of a hydraulic press. So our hero Brenda, armed with her souped-up vacuum and a small team of survivors carrying spray bottles of starch, embarks on the final quest. They navigate the squeaky, waddling hordes, battle a flock of flying bat plushes, and finally confront King Fluff in his throne room, which is just a massive pile of rejected stuffing. The final battle is epic. Brenda uses her vacuum to create a whirlwind of lint, blinding the king. Her team sprays him with super soakers full of industrial-grade starch, hardening his plush exterior. In a final, desperate move, Brenda doesn't destroy him. She finds his main seam and uses a giant novelty needle to tickle him. He collapses into a fit of squeaky, rumbling laughter, defeated not by force, but by a well-aimed tickle attack. They reach the unstitcher, reverse its polarity, and send out a wave of energy that causes all the plushy zombies to fall limp, becoming just regular stuffed animals again. The world is saved. But it's a changed world. People are wary of toy stores. The sound of a squeaky toy sends shivers down their spines. And everyone, absolutely everyone, owns a ridiculously powerful vacuum cleaner. The great plushy apocalypse is over. leaving behind a world that is safer, cleaner, and just a little less cuddly. So, what do you think? Could you survive the cute apocalypse? Let me know in the comments what your weapon of choice would be. A flamethrower full of hot glue, a net made of Velcro. It's a weird world to think about. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this strange little thought experiment, be sure to like and subscribe for more. See you next time, and don't forget to purchase our digital magazines.
Digital magazine wonders of nature. Fascinating articles. Stunning photographs. Delivered in PDF format. Get them in the links of our channels. Purchasing digital magazines is a good way to stay informed.